I've lived in my neighborhood for over 12 years, and there's several families with kids my kids' age. They're all grown now, so the dynamic looks very different. But back when they were younger and they would play outside together, football, I mean, they still do, it just looks very different. But they would draw chalk tracks in the middle of the cul-de-sac that they would ride their bikes around, balloon fights in the middle of the street throughout the summers, jolly jumps, slides, the basketball hoop would come out. The kids just loved being together, and it was from literally we had to call them in at night. It was very difficult to get them in because they just loved being outside. They loved building memories, and they loved just being kids, the freedom of being a kid. Well, several years into this establishment that we've just done in our neighborhood through the families here, an older couple moved into the cul-de-sac, and it did not take very long to realize they don't like kids. They don't like them at all. And let me just tell you, Mama Bear was coming out because this man was cruel. He was mean. He would come out and scream at the kids if none of us parents were around. He never did it in front of us. He always waited until one of us, until we were in the house, and then he'd come out and scream at them, or they'd go in the house, to take a lunch break, and they'd come outside to see that he had hosed and scrubbed. Their hard work from the chalk track that they made would be gone. And there was a lot of tears and a lot of devastation. And the first year of this, honestly, just neighborhood trauma, I was ready to retaliate. I was reacting back. I was behaving wrong. I was doing anything and everything that I could to let him know how irritated I was with him. I had several confrontations with him where I wouldn't say that I was out of line in my behavior. I definitely put my foot down, and it was rightfully so, out of the protection of the kids, because he was coming out and screaming and yelling. But my heart was in the wrong place, and the Holy Spirit corrected me. He said, "Are you loving your neighbor as you love yourself? Are you glorifying me in this situation?" And it was with that correction that I made drastic changes, all the way to the point where Christmas time, I bake cookies and I do tins for all of my neighbors. And sorry, I've been sick. And I felt like the Holy Spirit was like, make them one too. And I did it joyfully. I had gotten my heart right before the Lord, and I baked them a tin. And I'll be honest, they were shocked. They were surprised at this gift because they knew that they had been very difficult, that they were not liked in our neighborhood whatsoever. And so to see two of my boys show up on their doorstep with homemade goodies at Christmas time that they knew I made, really touched their heart. And within a few days, they returned the most beautiful display of Christmas goodies. And let me just tell you, they tasted as good as they looked. And every single year we exchange Christmas goodies. And, it didn't change everything overnight. But I'll tell you what changed my heart, my children, the way they responded. And now, several years later, this couple that hates kids constantly talks about what a wonderful family we are, what wonderful kids I have. And I can sit back and know that I'm glorifying God, that I'm honoring Him, that I'm displaying my Father's heart in heaven, that He loves both the good and the evil. He loves us all equally, and He wants them to know His freedom. And I don't know what their history is. I don't know what their backstory is and why they're so rubbed wrong when it comes to families and when it comes to children and it comes to regular just the noise and the chaos of children in the middle of the street. I don't know why that rubs them wrong, but I'll tell you, we have an opportunity every single day to glorify Jesus, to love our neighbors as we love ourselves, and be a reflection of Jesus to those around us.